Batman. All right. Hello, people. I am Bruce Wayne. That's right. The real Bruce Wayne. The real Batman. So, like I said, how's everybody doing out there today? Yes, I'm running a little bit late on my walk time, but I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. That's right. Why? Because I'm Batman. That's why. And Batman does what the hell he wants. When he wants, boy. Because I'm Batman. So, like I said, how's everybody doing out there today? Hopefully, you're doing good. I got all spruced up, cleaned up, looking pretty good. All right. I may dim this a little bit. But, yeah, man, like I said, I mean, this is just what it is. I want to at least do one lap today, man, even though we're running a little late, which sucks. But that's the thing I'm telling you, like, I'd be so busy. I got so much to do every day, you know what I mean? That by the time I get it all done, it's like already the morning. You know what I mean? Like, real talk, bro. I'd be busy, man. I have tons of stuff to do, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, I got all cleaned up. I clean up quick. I clean up good. I'm like Superman, but I'm Batman. So, like I said, we out here getting this money, man. We get this money anytime we want. I basically work 24 hours a day. I go on Batman missions. I got my own assignments. I tell people what I want. I say what I want to them. Like, hell, sounds like the life anybody would want. Actually, like that's the thing I always notice. It's like they always talk about money. Y'all always talk about money, but none of you in the corporate establishment have any money. And then not only do you not have any money, but you want to talk about these concepts, but you don't have any power. You don't have the power to just tell someone whatever you want, anything you want. That's power. The power to tell someone whatever you want, and they still can't really do anything about it. Eh. And the most they can do is, complain and whine. That's when you have power. And what does Tyrese need to? So that's what folks don't get. I'm just like my dad. Oh, there's a hole. What in the hell are you? You armadillo? A little armadillo. Huh. Told you they got all sorts of stuff out here. Armadillo, possum. It was either a possum or armadillo. Couldn't really see it completely. Looked cool though. He seemed alright. He wasn't moving too fast. He was kind of chilling. I don't know. I heard you got to kind of like. I heard you're not supposed to get around raccoons at all. I don't want to explain why, but there's a thing with raccoons that yeah. Um, haven't heard it about those though, about armadillos or possums, but you never know. But then it's weird because I'll see videos and I'll see people dealing with raccoons like like they're pets almost, and I'm like, what the hell? So maybe it's not true. I don't know. Kind of a hard thing. But like I said, I want to at least do one lap here slowly. Maybe I should take my time a little. It's a lot of bugs, man. That's the hardest part. Trying to get some water in my system. I haven't got enough water at all today. But what are you going to talk about? Yeah, I got it too. Oh yeah, they're everywhere. They're just following me. These bugs. But yeah, like what was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying like this new tactic thing. I don't know. I feel like it's making a difference. I don't know because I've been having like Like I've been going through it real bad, like I told y'all, and then it's like I started doing this, and it's like feels like it's helping. I don't know, almost like it's helping my energy levels too. It's crazy. Look how young I look. Like this is me clean shaven. Like that's what I'm saying. Like folks be talking, I look like a Greek god, look like Achilles. Like I'm telling, like look at my face, bro. Like I do not age a day, bro. I'm 36 years old, bro. I age backwards. Y'all think I'm kidding? I got fangs, right? And I be seriously aging backwards. Like I got the whole Benjamin Button thing going on, like for real, for real. Like I'm telling you, if I go out to clubs and stuff in Austin and stuff, they be trying to ID me. They will chase me down. Sir, I need your ID. You look super young. I look at them like, homeboy, do you know who the hell you're talking to? I'm 36 years old. Like, I'm going to be 40 in 4 years. So it's a hard thing. It really is difficult because it's like, you don't know how to take, but I'm usually cool about it, but I always am actually, but it's just, and it's kind of a compliment, but it's just like, it's like being that ladybug in Bug's Life, like real talk. I'm just like him. He's got the long eyelashes. I got super long eyelashes. And you look like this, and I look all cute and all that, but I'm a monster. That's that ladybug in Bug's Life, and that's the thing where he's like, hey, bub, like, I'm just like him. But like I said, man, we doing real business. We making it happen. Um, you know, watching Mr. Wofford is the funniest experience for me because, like I said, he keeps trying these things. He keeps trying to find a way around reality and around what I'm saying, and then he keeps finding himself realizing that everything I said is 100% true, and that it's the only way to go and the only business advice. It's hilarious. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, like I told you, brother, I'm rooting for you. You know, I truly am, but you're not doing it with God. You know, you you you're not doing it with God, and until you give it over to God truly, you're not going to win, and it's just that simple. And that's the part that you don't understand. The part you don't understand is you think that you can do it all on your own. I've noticed most people like that, they want to handle everything on their own, go through everything on their own. I mean, you're not on your own. You're not alone in this world. I mean, that's why we have the internet. We're supposed to be reaching out to the right people and working together. Like I said, God gave you an offer, right? You didn't want to take that opportunity through me. I offered to go out there and help you build it, right? It would have given me an opportunity to get the hell out of here, right? It would have helped me, and it would have given me another experience under my belt, and I could have brought my bat suit, at least the bulletproof one, because that one's pretty easy to transport. I just put it in a backpack or something and bring it with me. It just hops along for the ride. You can travel with those, and I mean, that's all I need. That and the mask. You know what I mean? And then if I want to build off of it, I just get more stuff wherever I'm at if I have money to buy it. So I mean, you were offering an offer, brother. I mean, it was an offer directly from God. It was a real thing, and I mean, when you're someone who wants to be very stubborn and you don't want to listen, I mean, it is what it is. The only part I find funny is how then you go and you mention God when you didn't take God's offer. You see, so this is the thing, is he doesn't seem to process the thought that it's not a separate thing. If you come to God, you come to God through me. There's no other way. So you're not listening, Mr. Wofford. Okay, I'm God's son. I'm the son of God. So you can claim whatever and say, "Oh, you believe this." There's a million. Really? Hold on. Wow. That guy he might as well have had a whole band playing while he was doing his running with his little light on. He might as well had trumpets and a whole thing. Like, I don't want to hear that nonsense. Don't you have a pair of headphones? I'm just playing. It's all good. It's actually kind of cool. I would run the same way, honestly. Have my stuff. Maybe I'll start doing that. Have my stuff playing and go running sometimes. No, that's cool. I just be joking sometimes, man. I'm not really that bad, you know. But um, you know, I mean, brother, I'm the son of God. I'm the son of man. You can look at me and see it written all over me. I'm the real thing. I'm your Messiah and Savior. Okay, Mr. Wofford. Yeah, your Savior as well. You're looking at it. So, I mean, I offered to save you, brother. I offered to help you. You need help. I mean, you can't do it on your own. Like I said, we're never going to stop talking about it until you learn your lesson. When you want to learn, okay. It's just like these companies. We're never going to stop, you know. Uh, we're never going to stop. We're going to keep on you and keep on staying on the same topics, and we're going to keep exposing what you're doing. And you know, I'm not going to learn any lesson because I don't have a lesson to learn. I'm not going to learn anything. Whatever I go through behind it, it's nonsense. I can be in any environment and still be all right. Question is, can you? Question is, can these corporate CEOs, can they hold their own in the hood, in the ghetto? Can they hold their own in jails and prisons? Which we all know I can. Can they do that though? No. Okay. So you're not a thug, so you're not a gangster. Well, then that means I can talk to you how I want because we don't come from the same walk of life. Of course, it's going to have you in your feels because you ain't never been talked to like that, right? You ain't never seen the actual mob and a real gangster just tell you what it is. You know what I mean? You ain't never seen someone who supersedes all your man-made rules completely and breaks every rule in the book and then walks away scot-free and don't care and laughs. That's what we do over here. I've been doing it my whole life, brother. You know what I mean? If you want me to be honest, I mean, these people act like I'm a person who follows rules. Bro, I was Fast and the Furious before I was ever Batman. Like, real talk. I mean, I don't think you understand anything about me, man. I used to race. I used to do all that. Yeah, like you really don't get it. Like I've been in a bunch of high speed chases. Tell you straight up, a whole bunch of them. Um, you don't know who I am. You don't know anything about me. You don't get that I'm really a wild one. I'm really a live wire, like on another level. I live on another level in a different vibration. It's a vibration of love. You understand? I've lived more life than you. You know, even if you're my exact age, I've lived like 800 more lifetimes than you, even just within this one. And then I've lived other lifetimes reincarnating. So, like I said, I truly believe that I'm Achilles reincarnated. I mean, I look just like him, I move like him, talk like it makes perfect sense. And Leonidas, I think that they all have something in common. I truly do. I think that it makes sense. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they existed at the same time. I don't know. I'd have to do my research. But they sure have a lot in common with me, man. Like, being honest, Leonidas, especially after I've been looking at it and I've been really paying attention, I'm like, man, like he really has my demeanor, like down to a T. And I get it from my father. It's really my father that had all this demeanor. To me, my father was like Superman. And like he really looked like Batman, like for real. He was very like rough and rugged, like especially like in this area, like very defined. It's kind of crazy. Like sometimes I even wonder, like, was my dad like secretly Batman? And like I didn't even know, you know. But like I'm sure we would have heard, you know. But he was an attorney. He was an injury lawyer. He could have been Batman if he wanted. I mean, I believe so. Seriously. I mean, he's a hell of a guy, you know. But you know, I don't know. That's my whole thing. Like, I think strength. It's not really so much fitness. I never trained so much for fitness. It just happens to be that too. Ow, that didn't feel nice. The hell was that? Is that an acorn? Oh, there you go. Are you barking at me? Are are you barking at me? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing there, boy? You barking at me? So yeah, I mean, I just always train strength training because I needed it to hold my own in the street. It's the truth. I always wanted an edge. That's what folks don't get. Like if you look at the way that I train, you'll notice how I'm always a step ahead of everybody because I've had to be. That's the thing folks don't get. Like I understand these concepts down to a T. It's like anyone could try to copy them and emulate. Like I know I understand like the younger generation, other people they look up to me. A lot of them, I'm seeing signs of that a lot. And it wasn't a thing that I really was aware of, but I'm starting to become a little more aware of it, which is pretty cool. And if you look up to me, I'm glad you do, and I hope that I'm being the best role model I can be for you. You know, I'm not perfect, and I'm a role model that's a little different because I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm going to teach you how to really be a man. And that doesn't mean being nice. That doesn't mean agreeing with the system. Being a man is being a man. This system doesn't care about us. Why should we care about it? What? You know how they look at men? You know how they look at us? The same way the so called women look at us. They don't care about us. It's just like Christina said. She said it's the truth. They don't care about the people. She backs what I'm doing 100%. You know, one life. Here we go again. He's funny. He's hauling, man. He's moving. That's good though. Glad to see somebody else really exercising. A lot of them don't know how to exercise. He knows what he's doing. He's running laps. He's got his little radio. I wonder if it's like a cassette radio. You know how they used to have them little radios and you turn them on and they just play? Those are pretty cool. Like the Walkmans, I mean. I kind of want a Walkman. I gotta ask Christina when we, well, I mean, I know she'll say yes, but she'll probably give me whatever I want. But I want to ask her for a Walkman. Like I want an actual Walkman, like the CD Walkman player. I want a CD player instead of like all the other stuff. Maybe an MP3 would be cool. MP3 is probably better, but um, I don't know. I want something that I can hear my music, but I kind of like Walkmans, like just to chill, you know, like play a CD literally in the Walkman. I think that's what they were called, right? I'm gonna ask her if I can get one too. Maybe I'll get both. An MP3 so I can listen when I'm doing my stuff as Batman, and you know, without having to use the phone. You know, it would be better like Bluetooth, and then just a Walkman for like my off days, like a chill day. That way, I'm a musician. Like I'll carry my Walkman. Musicians do that too. Like they'll carry their Walkman, like their CD player on them. Um, it's just like a thing. I don't know. Like when you really like music, that's just I don't know. It's like a thing. For me, it's a thing. Like I used to do that, and I'll go back to buying CDs. I don't care if they still sell them, and I'll just buy the CD one at a time. You know, because it's a different experience. You know what I mean? Like it's just different. Like it really is. It's like a submersive experience. It almost sounds like the music sounded better when you were playing it on a Walkman. Honestly, like it seemed like a more immersive experience. You know, like you'd be really listening, and you'd hear like mystical, like bump up, bump up, like I don't know. I seem to remember it just being better than when you have access to everything. That's when things change, which is super cool. But it's like then you delve into everything, and then now you've heard every song and known to man, and now it doesn't have the same pizzazz, you know, that it used to. It's like half the beats online. I already done made a track, a fire track on every beat online. Literally, like any beat I'll look for, I'm like, yeah, I already did it. I already did it. Like I've already created songs for like every beat online that I can find. So it's like I'm talking about on YouTube, not the ones that are like for sale, of course. But so it's like it's hard for me to even find beats to work with because I'm a real musician. I've been doing that for so long. But I'm gonna ask Christina. I'm sure she won't have no issue with that. I'd like to get a Walkman for like my off days and just listen, or an MP3. An MP3 player I probably would like better, but I don't know. I kind of want a Walkman too, if I could actually get the CDs. But I don't want it to cost too much money either. Like I'll try to save Christina money. I care about you know her money, and I care about my girlfriend truly. So I never want to be anything but loving and, you know, picking her up and building her up, but she loves me. I'm sure she already knows what I deserve, and I'm sure she would do anything for me. But like I said, I mean, that's the whole thing of why I put up such a fuss for my website. I mean, you're gonna understand this site, okay? I made a name online, right? And y'all know how I came up and the words I was saying and the things I was doing on here. And I was having fun, and like it really does like make me happy to say those words. It really does. I think it's funny as hell. But I used it in the rap music and I went worldwide. I'm a worldwide rapper, independently established. I just don't tell people, and I'm just so like to myself. And like that's what I was doing when I had the $250,000 in the bank. I was traveling and I would stay in hotels, and like dudes next door would come out. They'd see me, I'd smoke a cigarette outside or something, and they'd talk to me, and I'd be like, yeah, I got a whole, the mic, the interface, the laptop. They were like, man, that's cool. I never met like a real musician. Like I was on my musician thing at that time. And like I said, I was trying to put them on in College Station, and they took my verse off the track that I paid for, and went out my way to create stuff like that. Just little jelly moves, little jealous stuff, but people who try to make come ups and don't get nowhere. So I go to this one guy's house, right, in College Station to record. He got a studio in house. So we go in there, right? And it's pretty cool. Like he's got his little setup. Like it's not like it was super renovated or super expensive. I'm the one with money. They're all poor as hell. So at that time, totally opposite of right now, right? And I go in there and I'm trying to talk to him, and I would always try to give people the right advice, and it really was the right advice. And I didn't use my money as a crutch for why I was giving advice. I mean, I'm in a position to give you advice because I know what I'm talking about. But that's the thing. I mean, I'm sitting in the dude's house and homeboy's house, you know, and we're talking, and then like I'm reading the characters, all these dudes that they think they gangster or whatever that I recruited. I pulled up in they hood. You can ask them. In College Station, I pulled up in they hood. I'm gonna go one more lap. Let's do it. Might as well, because I want to talk right now tonight. See, I love doing my walk with y'all. My walk is fun, and these folks, you already know what it is. So I like when they see me happy, genuinely. You know what I mean? It's hilarious. Get them all in their feelings. So I'm in there and I'm talking to them. I'm evaluating their character and stuff, and they don't get that's what I do. I'll be studying your behavior, and I'll be downplaying with you and kind of messing with you where you think I'm someone completely different, and you have no idea that I'm really like Batman or like super thug, And one of them made a mistake doing that. That's why I can't wait. I just can't wait to get to these major cities and states, because now I know like if somebody talks to me wrong, I just transform into Batman. Yeah. Don't have to do no talking. Don't have to go back and forth with you. Just transform into Batman and show up. Think about that for a minute. And that's how it is. We'll be laughing and ha ha, tee hee hee hee, and then I just go completely serious and go quiet because I'm a real gangster. See the point? So people don't get. I create the energy. I create tension in the air. You understand? I could change the whole energy in any room quick. It's on another level, man. It's a god amongst men, I'll tell you that much. You know what I mean? Just like my father was. That's what I mean. My dad was my hero, man. I just looked up to my father, man. I never saw someone like him ever. To this date, I've never seen someone like him. You know what I mean? Like, to me, he was just amazing. Not just because he was my dad. He was just truly an amazing man, amazing person. I never saw anyone I thought was stronger. Truly. You could have been a bodybuilder, whatever. You weren't messing with my dad. Seriously, you just weren't. My dad was country tough. My dad was a cowboy. It had farm strength. It's a different kind of strength. It's on a whole nother level. That's why you see me. I do calisthenics. What y'all don't get is when we have the money, me and Christina gonna get a ranch, and we may start with something that's not that big just to begin, because That way everything is accessible. But like I want to do like ranch work, like I want to dig and shovel all day because that's what'll really build the right strength. Shoveling, and all that stuff, working, with wood, you know what I mean? I have to spell it out, you know what I mean? I want to do that. That'll help my back a lot. All stuff like that. And then I can set up my own methods for training, but I want it to be like where I'm getting stuff done and working and it's a workout, kind of like Rocky did, you know. Dun, 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 dun. It didn't go like that, but it'd be kind of like that. I also want to train in the snow like that. I've already done it in Green Bay, kind of. That's kind of what I was doing up there in those drops. But I want to train in the snow, like really train though, like have the accessibility to train the right way. You know what I mean? Like just the way Rocky did. I want to do all that. That's what y'all don't get too. I can go into all those sports that you see on your TV anytime I want and completely dominate. I don't know if that's what they were saying because one of the readings said at one point it said you're gonna go into this competition and it said just do the best you can. But like obviously it's like they believe in me and they know I'm gonna win or something or look really good in it. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it is. Maybe I could do it. I mean, I could make a name in that game easily. I could make Gervonta Davis look like a mouse. Like seriously, I look at him. I'm like, man, he's small. He's so small. Like he's not anything. Like he's just not. He doesn't have the build. They be trying to get him looking a little bulkier and stuff, but he's got trainers. They feeding him. They giving him everything he needs. He still can't come close to me. That's what's crazy. It's like imagine when I have my own money. See, I'd be self-funded. I'm not pampered like him. I don't have, where I'm under a contract with Floyd Mayweather or someone like that who's a poser Freemason and is broke and has no money, which I've proven for years, right? I'd be doing it on my own. And then they would have to offer me a contract on top of that, but I would negotiate it. You understand? So they would have to pay me cash up front. I wouldn't let them keep me in any deal that's not benefiting me. That's all. I wouldn't get in all my feelings about anything because I wouldn't have to because I have my own money. So if they play games with me, I'd just go public, like calling out Floyd Mayweather. I'd be like, hey, listen, dude, you need to negotiate my contract correct. And it's that simple. I have my own money. This is just extra stuff. And you never heard one of them talk like that to him, right? See my point? We move different. You got to be fair. Y'all need to stop talking so much. You're doing a lot of talking. We haven't even gotten to any of the points to do anything. At least allow me to compete first before you speak. At least allow me to build. At least give me a chance. Be fair. If you're not going to be fair, well, then you can't say anything. And since y'all never were, well, I guess you can't tell me nothing, right? Because even as unfair as it's been, I'm still the best. Not only am I still the best, but I'm way better than Floyd Mayweather will ever be. And all the things I did were actually real. His were all fake. Nope. Every one of those matches was rigged. And anybody who's anybody knows. So, it is what it is. He'll never be remembered the way that I am. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I mean, he's 3 feet tall. I'm 6'2", right? About 165 pounds, pure muscle. Pure muscle, boy, you already know about this. Straight gangsters in the building, yeah. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying this little rise I'm having, this change in energy. I just feel like it's all meant to be, man. I try to take the good with the bad, I guess, like 50 Cent said, right? That's what he said. What did he see? What did he say? Do you remember the next lyric? Right? He says, level 3 plate on my chest. What am I wearing? Level 3A plate on my chest. Take the good with the bad, I guess. Right? Level 3 plate on my chest, but mine's level 3A. You know what I mean? Level 3 is pretty good. I think that's actually better. So if he was wearing that, that's what he was talking about. That's pretty smart. You know what I mean? It's a little bit lighter. I don't know about than 3A, but it's lighter than 4. So I have to look at the levels again. I'm not concerned right now until I'm buying them again, but we're gonna get all the plates. I got to get all the levels. I think it's level 3s, level 3As. I think is what I have, or something like that. It's not that great, but it'll help. You know, it'll work. It's a solid plate. You know, but there's level 3, I think level 3, and then level 4 or level 4A or something like that is like the highest, and then you got the other levels for the other stuff, which gets up to like level 5 or 5A or something like that. I think it's level 5, but we'll get into all that, man. That's easy for me to figure out because they sell all the clothing now for that stuff, and you know, you don't want to be too heavy when you're Batman, but some of that stuff may be useful and applicable. But we're going to be making suits on top of that, so probably get some of the clothing to wear underneath, so it'll be like I'll already be bulletproof. And then, well, you got me, I'm already bulletproof, right? And then you got the suit that we try to make completely bulletproof, and then proof for all the other stuff, you know, that cowards like to do. So that's basically the purpose. So I should be pretty protected where I can do pretty much anything is hopefully the goal. I'm going to have to figure out around the eyes how I'm going to build it. I'm probably going to have some lenses that flip up and down that are completely protected that nothing can get through. They also have to basically be bulletproof. The lenses over my eyes, literally. Um, you know, that's the last thing we need. So, um, you know, y'all don't understand like this suit that I'm going to be developing. I'm going to try to build it myself or have companies help me to build them. I'm going to be creating prototypes and different prototypes, and I'm going to really do this. And this thing has to be made to where, like, you know how in the movies, when he goes over there to Beijing and all that, you remember what he does when he goes in the building? It's got to be proof to do stuff like that. Yeah, this is about to get exciting when we get this money. Okay. So I'll need the proofing all around my neck. I'll need the whole thing. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to be doing that, right? We would want to avoid that at all costs if we don't have to. But to be able to, you want to try to make it as strong as you can. And the same thing around the arms. It's got to be a real protective suit. It can't just be like mesh. I mean, it's got to be like plating, where it's a whole different ball game and you're able to go through whatever. You understand, literally, because of my strength. So that's what y'all don't understand is what I'm building and designing is suits that what I'm going to be building and designing with Christina are suits that I can do anything pretty much. That's the goal. Not so much from the suit, but from my strength within the suit. You know what I'm saying? But just to have it where it, with me in it, it has some power. Okay, that's the purpose. Um, and I'll look into the other stuff too, like Iron Man and all that, of course. But I'm not Iron Man. I'm Batman. So we'll figure it out. You know what I mean? I love the concept of Batman. I think that it's perfect. And like I said, it's just who I really am. So I couldn't change it if I wanted to. But I do think trying to figure out how Iron Man suits work, considering the military supposedly built one, would be very applicable to what I'm doing. Might be able to use some components from that. You never know, or combine them. I don't know. Imagine a crossover between those two. It's really what you should go for if you wanted to really change things in the world and really have a lot of power, to do what you wanted to do. Like that's what I'm saying. Imagine a Batman that can fly like that, with the palms open and be able to fly, what I'm saying? With like mini jet engines, stuff like that. Like those are the things I'm going to be studying and trying to figure out. It's not the easiest thing. It's kind of scary. Um, It's got to be figured out, all of it, one way or another. So that's the thing, I'm a genius. I'm not going to shrink for the world. I'm going to be myself and remember who I am. I'm not, what was his name in the movie? Tony Stark or whatever. I'm a little bit like him, a little bit, but a lot different, you know. Hold on. I'm not too big on that actor. I forget his name and I don't even want to talk about him, but not my type of guy. I've heard about his past too, not at all my type of guy. But he's all right, I guess. Um, but you know, like I said, I mean, we gotta focus, man. That's my whole point. You people don't get like, I have no chance. I have no hope, no nothing. I just have hope because I'm holding on to it. My hope comes from me, comes from God, comes from Christina. Christina is my hope. God is my hope. You know, um, for me to make it this far with like no resources and nothing, for me to have accomplished all this, I mean, is absolutely incredible. I mean, it really is surreal. I mean, I've funded this whole thing out my pocket, my own pocket, like I said, for 2 going on 3 years. People respect it. People know it's real. Um, and I understand if some people are just trying to be nice, but some people's personalities just really don't click with me. And it's like you don't seem to get the timing of the atmosphere, and it's very out of place. And sometimes that's just the response you're going to get from me. Sometimes when you're sitting there and you're repeating yourself and you're talking weird, I mean, how do you want me to respond? I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, it's like that must be you projecting again. That's what y'all do. Y'all project. So because they're fake, they want to project. Well, you're talking about you. So I'm real as it gets. So that's why I don't really respond. I don't really say nothing. I just give you a look and that's it. Like, yeah, what's up? Huh? You know what I mean? So, I mean, folks are starting to figure out how I get down and who I am a little more, I'm sure, and you know that I'm not the one. And yeah, that's about it, man. I've been relatively calm down here in Austin. I was running around crazy, and in a lot of places, Atlanta, North Carolina. North Carolina, I was doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Vegas, I was doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So I'm relatively calm now, honestly. People should be happy that this is my career, and I'm not just out like doing whatever willy nilly because I have a lot of strength. You know, I'm not Kelly Muscle. I remember when I walked him to my Porsche, man, he said, "That boy ballin'." Yeah, he shook my hand, and then the one up there in Benton Harbor said, "Do you know how you look?" You shook his hand and then said this. What do you? I look like reality. Yeah, he shook my hand as well. What do you mean? I said the truth. Oh, look, anyway, we had a conversation. The minute he started talking about Hollywood been good to me, I was like, yeah, well, that's about it. It went left after that. It didn't go left in person. We were cordial, we were nice, respectful, and after that, yeah, I decided to say the truth. I mean, what do you mean? I think that looks like a guy that's pretty solid. I mean, well, like that's what I do, so it's completely consistent. I do radio talking about this stuff. I said how I felt. So that's what I'm saying when folks just be saying things like, in what world? Y'all act like you have, like your audience is greater than the world. The audience is the world, not some group of 8 people who can't get it together. What? See, that's what I'm saying. They saying you should do things backwards. No, I'm all right. That's for you. You should cater to what we want and what we tell you to do. You should be like us. I'm okay. I'd rather not be homeless. I'd rather not have nothing and be in dilapidated circumstances every day. I'm all right. You can go ahead and back up and go your own direction. All right. Whatever you want me to do, I'll probably do the opposite because you're not making much sense right now. That's how a conversation goes with all of them. Believe me, I'm tired of hearing it. Like real talk. Always got something to say, but it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. We're winning. We're winning. And if I stay in my own energy always, I'm good. My energy is a winning energy. Because I'm a winner. I'm the champ, boss. Right? We already up over, what was it like? Here, let me look. Hold up. We we up over $68. That's pretty good. Okay. I already got some more videos up since then. It's August 21st. Like I said, we got about 10 days. Well, not really, because it's about to be midnight and it's going to be the 22nd. Great. Well, I'm just going to have to hurry and do my best. I have to try to make the impossible happen the best that I can. I can only do so much, but I'm trying, you know. So pray to God, please, God, help me to pull this off again. I just did it this last month. Please bless my business, bless me, and please allow me to get this done, because if I could just do this and get over the $100 threshold before the end of the month, and if y'all could help me, if everyone could donate and y'all could get me like over $100 and get the website paid, I'd be very grateful, because then I'd at least be in a position where I can at least try, it's still nowhere near where I need to be, but try to do this, the right way. And then I would have a check coming, next month on the 21st through the 26th, which is what we really need. So I did great pulling it off this time, this go around. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it again, but I'm giving it my best, man. I'm truly giving it my all. I'm doing everything I can. So, is what it is. By the way, on that note, hold on. Give me another video real quick. I think it might be a good one too. So it's that easy. I mean, it's just videos, but it's more complicated than that. That's what the ping one don't get. Like, yeah, you do videos, but that's the thing. You got to have morals and self-respect and respect. And I release quality content, and I don't just do videos. I mean, I'm working, so I'm the real Batman. So it's like there's a lot more to it than that, But in some regard, yes, we got to just pick up the pace and the quota, and release some quantity too, and just try to start really getting them out there. But I make good, high quality content, good videos, and that's part of why I get tons of views, and well, you get none, because people don't even know who you are. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because like I said, you couldn't just win the genuine way and go through the hard work. See, I told you, the narcissists, they want the power of a king, but they want to do the work of nobody. They just don't want to work. It just doesn't work like that. That's why they see me and they're all jelly. But it's like, yeah, but I work hard. I earn every dime I make. It's like I earned every dime for everything I paid for my entire life. That's a big deal. All done. It's a big deal because it means that you can't tell me nothing. Yep, means you can't tell me nothing. Can't tell me none. Wait till I get my money right. Wait till I get my money right. Then you can't tell me nothing, right? Like I said, man, I'm a lot bigger than you two, homeboy. I'm the real deal. You understand? So, like I said, at the end of the day, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. It is what it is. Let folks do what they do. I'm gonna do what I do. That's about it, man. I'm not even concerned, homeboy. Not even concerned, homeboy, at all. We just gotta keep pressing forward, man. I haven't made a mistake yet, ever. I did everything right my entire life. I made every right decision. I've done the best I can, and I've done an amazing job with the cards that I was dealt. The hell is that? Oh, it's fraud. So, like I said, I've done a very good job. I'm very proud of myself. Christina's proud of me. A lot of people are proud of me. Um, and that's about it. So, you know, like I said, I mean, it's no surprise with y'all, man. Like I said, if you want to talk business, I mean, send some money. Let's have a conversation. Mr. Wofford, if you need some business advice, pay me for it. Straight up. You donate. Instead of asking everyone else for free money, I thought they just said that you don't do that, but yet look at what he's doing. See what I'm saying? Everything is for sympathy. I don't have my tools. Of course you don't, because your priorities are all over the place and you're more worried about, being jelly of me than building your business. I told you it's never going to work. You're just wasting your time. Work smarter, not harder. Okay, Charles? And then maybe you'll learn how to get somewhere and how to build a business. All right. But other than that, you can continue to be in a circle like all of them, like all the people that you chill with and talk to. All right. Like I said, folks, keep it real, but we doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. I'm very proud of myself. The Batman is doing a very good job running the streets, protecting Brownsville and the Valley and Gotham, and it is what it is, man. Can't nobody say otherwise, man. They all know what's good. The hell was that? Do you hear that thing laughing? Sounds like a. I know exactly what it sounds like, but there's no way there's one out here. It's a bird or something. It was like. I say, laugh, boy. All right. I'll talk to you all in a minute. Like I said, keep it real. Like I said, if you want business advice, pay me. That's right, because I am the financial connoisseur, stock market expert, martial arts expert, 52 blocks expert. I am Tyree Sneed, and I am Batman. All right. I'll talk to y'all later, man. I got better things to do. All right. But like I said, I think we're going to make it happen, baby. I think we're going to get to this over this $100 threshold. I think we're going to get another check accrued, and I think we're going to make the impossible happen. I need everybody to get in on this with me. Please donate, show your support. That is how this will happen. And like I said, these folks all trying to copy my hustle, right? But you ain't me. That's why I get folks to support me, because I'm genuine and I work hard. All right. They see the effort. All right. So it is what it is, man. Shout out to everybody who donates. Please, please support and donate. Thank you. We need all help we can get right now. Appreciate you.